Bedwars just got a huge update and the #1 player has been wiped. Hey guys, it's LEGO Maestro here and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft News. Guys, I apologize for the delay since the last episode, but there is so much in this video that I hope you guys are excited. And without further ado, make sure that you check out my cosmetics in the description if you are interested. I do for anyone with this cape. And with that, you guys, let's get into the news. Now, starting off our news this week, Bedwars YouTuber Guiny, well, he actually did a face reveal this week, making a video titled Guiny Face Reveal. Pretty self-explanatory, and without further ado, here it is.
Hi.
Now, he says he probably won't be doing face cam videos because he doesn't really do them, and then right after he says he might be doing them in the future, so pretty confusing stuff, honestly. Not sure what to make of that, but it does look like there is a possibility for face cam videos on his channel. And now, you guys, our next story is honestly one of the weirdest ones I have ever covered here on the show. You know, a lot of people try to go for YouTube rank, and they even spend years at getting it, but this week, someone requested for it to be removed. A YouTuber known as Commander made a forum post titled, The Last YouTuber Redstone, and he says, just emailed Hypixel to remove my YouTube rank so I can return to being a normal player. Been thinking of doing this for a while and I thought it was a good time to do so. Rating every reply with Redstone as a final goodbye, and in the pit I'm selling my Perun 3 sword. So, as you guys can see, he made a forum post about this, letting everybody know that he actually emailed Hypixel to remove his YouTube rank. Now, I don't know why in the world you would ever want to be a normal player. I mean, YouTube rank does have a lot of perks, and I'm sure they're going to remove his rank if he requested it, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a really weird forum post. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into this week's milestones, and we've only got a few. Our first one is coming from Luvonox, the guy that clutches up against hackers in Bedwars, and this week he tweeted out, saying, this is crazy. Thank you all so much for this. I still believe this is only the start, showing that he hit 100,000 subscribers. And for our next and final milestone, this one is coming from a YouTuber that hit 3 milestones all within the same week. Skyblock YouTuber RageTrain not only hit 100,000 subscribers, but then within just one day, he not only got partnered on Discord, but he also got verified on YouTube. So RageTrain is definitely having one of the best weeks of his life. I mean, seriously, those 3 things are things that are normally weeks or even months apart, and here this guy is getting them all within the same week. Dude, huge congratulations. Well deserved. Man, what can I say? I mean, that's just amazing. And now it is time to get into the story that you have all been waiting for. This one is coming from the Bedwars minigame, and there has been a lot of changes. It's gotten more attention this week than it has in the past 6 months. So to start things off, a few days ago, Simon Hypixel, the owner of the server, well, he actually joined Hypixel, and he said this in a Bedwars lobby. Tomorrow, Bedwars gets a surprise. If only Bedwars had a practice mode. See you all tomorrow. And he was spot on the money with that, obviously. I mean, he's literally Hypixel, how could he not be? But ladies and gentlemen, as you can expect, Hypixel did in fact get a practice mode for Bedwars. In fact, Connor Linfoot even made a forum post about it, titled New Bedwars Mode Practice, saying, hey, today we're releasing a new Bedwars mode Practice. This mode allows players both old and new to practice their gameplay and improve their Bedwars skills to become the very best. The first thing he notes is that you can join any practice mode by selecting any Bedwars NPC, and on the bottom left you'll see a practice option. And he also notes that it now has its own NPC, which is to the right of spawn when you join any Bedwars lobby. Now, this currently allows you to practice 2 things, and those are bridging and MLGs. So they may add more in the future, but honestly, that's the gist of it. And as one YouTuber pointed out, I have no idea why you're practicing MLGs. I mean, that's a rare thing in Bedwars, but bridging for sure. And as for the future, he says this is just the first release of the Bedwars practice mode. Over time, we'll be adding more methods to allow players to practice the many aspects of Bedwars. We want to work with the community to create these in the way that they would see fit for improving skills in the game. We look forward to hearing your feedback and suggestions. So very exciting stuff there. I'm sure they're going to be adding more stuff to this mode. And now Bedwars players and Bedwars YouTubers alike can stop using their housing plot to practice bridging because there's actually a mode for it. So that in of itself is not controversial, and it's a very uplifting note, but there is also a very different side of Bedwars that happened over the last few days, and this shook the lobby and the leaderboards. Before the change occurred, here is the image of the leaderboards. And now after the change, here you go. As you can see, the #1 player, Virtua, with the most wins, was wiped from the leaderboards. In fact, he's no longer even on the top 10 list. Are you wondering what happened? This message was seen in chat. Leaderboard resync completed. Your all modes lifetime stats have successfully been resynced. 4v4 stats no longer count to all modes leaderboards. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 4v4 Bedwars stats, which were a huge part of the leaderboards, are now removed from it entirely. And that day, Connor Linfoot made this forum post, titled Bedwars Changes and Fixes, March 2021. He says, "We have split out the 4v4 leaderboards from the all modes leaderboard. This is something we wanted to do for a while after we heard the community feedback, but it required some major changes to the game to handle this. All modes is now called core modes, representing the 4 primary modes of Bedwars. With this, we have had to clear the lifetime leaderboards of core modes, so these will resync when you next join a lobby. We have manually resynced the previous top 10 players." He also notes 4v4 now has its own option in the mode selector for leaderboards, and 4v4 is now in the stats NPC. 4v4 games will still count to personal overall stats, and nothing has actually changed with the API player stats. Now there's some other changes as well, but I am not going to get into those. Of course, as always, the links to everything here is in the description, including this forum post. But a huge thing from this update is that Virtua, the #1 player on the Bedwars leaderboards, is not even on the top 10 list anymore. Now guys, I was able to talk to Virtua's good friend about the situation, and I was also able to talk a little bit with Virtua as well. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is that interview. So Harrison, you're a friend of Virtua's?
Of Virts? Yes, correct. We've been friends for about a year now.
How did you guys meet?
I met because I just accidentally stumbled upon an old guild called Wavy, which he owned back in the day. And just as we both returned to Bedwars, just coincidentally at the same time in like maybe 2019, I just kind of started talking to him and a couple of his friends in Wavy. And then it kind of just kicked off from there.
I'm sure you know what this is about. Recently, Virtua just got knocked off the #1 spot on the leaderboards. Everybody's dying to know, like, what happened?
Well, Hypixel, this has been kind of up for debate in the community for a really long time. Like, ever since 4v4 came out as a mode, which I think it's been maybe a year and a half or 2 years, a person named None Left, who's now on the leaderboards, made a forums post complaining about how 4v4 was too easy. And people could grind too many wins too quickly. And she had a point. Before 4v4 came out, I think maybe 5 people had gotten 1,000 Bedwars wins in 1 week. And then ever since 4v4 came out, every single week there was like just that many people getting 1K weekly wins. So a lot of people were complaining about how it was just too easy to grind and get onto the leaderboards. So I guess just after a year and a half of Hypixel getting bombardment from the community, they decided to remove 4v4 from counting to your overall stats and put it on its own leaderboard.
So it's nothing hacking related then? This was all purely based on the 4v4?
Oh, this is just an absolutely unfortunate turn of events for Virtua. He did nothing wrong. He was not playing with hackers, and he was not hacking himself. It was just, I don't know, this was just kind of a long time coming. I feel like it's unfortunate that it happened because it kind of got rid of, I want to say 2,000 hours from Virtua's time in 2020 grinding Bedwars 4v4. And Hypixel kind of just scanned him out of his leaderboard spot. If they wanted to not have a count, they should have done that from the start, and that is all, and had it at its own leaderboard. Now it's like it's way too far to go back.
So I want Virtua to specifically answer this in chat. Virtua, are you going to be going after your leaderboard spot now that the leaderboards have changed? Are you going to be grinding solos and doubles now, or is this the end? The end. Wow. Well, I do want to touch on one other thing. This is semi-unrelated to basically you getting wiped from the leaderboards, but there have been a lot of accusations against you for boosting and cheating. I heard a lot of things when you beat Manhall. Harrison, what do you have to say for Virtua on that?
I mean, other than maybe 4 years ago before I even talked to him, like one of his random teammates was cheating, but none of my knowledge in the past since I met him, he's been boosting with anybody.
And what about
it's mostly... what about cheating? No shot. I have never really seen him cheat, or at least have not had any definitive proof. I've kind of just, when I've been playing with him and he's been playing with a couple of like mutual friends of ours, none of them were cheating and he wasn't cheating either. One of the biggest accusations that he gets is that he safe walks, which is just a hack that makes you never fall while bridging. And I mean, if you play with him for a couple of games, you'll see that he falls quite a bit, which just disproves the entire claim.
Now, unfortunately, I did reach out to Connor Linfoot, but I didn't get any statement or response back from that. So either he hasn't seen my message yet or he doesn't have any input on the matter. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. A very huge update to say the least. And now guys, for our final 2 stories of the evening, our next one is coming from Doctor, and this week he tweeted out, with the Auto Slayer. Upon defeating a boss, it automatically completes the quest and starts another of the same type if you have enough coins in your purse or bank. Now this, I believe, is not out at the moment, but it looks like a very much wanted feature, so I'm sure it's going to be out soon. And for our final story, this week the Hypixel network along with Riot Games and Hytale donated $39,000 to a search and rescue company in North Ireland. The company is known as Foil Search and Rescue, and this week they made a post about it, saying Foil Search and Rescue levels up the drone program with support from local game developer Hypixel. And here's the image they posted with it, showing the check for $39,000, all of the drones. And if you're wondering who that is on the right, I believe that's Mood TV, who is an admin on Hypixel. The post notes the total donation comprises equal contributions from local video game developer Hypixel Studios, parent company Riot Games, Social Impact Fund, the owners of the Hypixel Minecraft server, Hypixel Studios CEO Aaron Donahue, and an anonymous donor. Wait, so you're telling me Noxy D's real name isn't Noxy? But honestly, some really cool stuff there from Hypixel, very exciting. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the news this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have any news to submit, my Discord is in the description as always. And in fact, it recently got partnered, which is pretty exciting. And with that, you guys have a truly blessed day. Hypixel News now over 134,000 subscribers. And I will see you next time.